Hi, I'm Bob Warfield from CNC Cookbook, and today I want to talk about hiring the talent you need for your manufacturing business. Being able to get good enough talent when you need it is one of the big factors that will determine your success. Getting great talent in a timely manner has never been easy, but it's particularly difficult in today's environment. Manufacturing has achieved full employment. We can tell because of the rising wages in recent months. It costs more and more to get someone to come to work, and this is only going to continue to get worse. So, what does it take to hire the talent you need to grow? Your first step is finding quality applicants to talk about your opportunity. You'll have fewer to choose from, and they'll be harder to find. So here's what you need to do in order to succeed. First, focus on networking. Tie into every connection you can to get the word out. Get your existing employees involved and offer them a significant bounty if they introduce you to the applicant you wind up hiring to your firm. You'll need to use recruiters and job boards too, but don't rely on them exclusively. Be proactive about connecting and building your network every chance you get. One of my favorite tactics is asking everyone I come in contact with who might be somebody in a role that our business would hire to name the top 3 people they've ever worked with. And I always ask them to explain what made those 3 tops. Take notes and record those names and responses for future use. Ask everyone who comes through your shop that same question. There's no more reliable way to find good people than referrals, and you'll be surprised at the value these names have over time. But it also takes time to build your database, so start now, even if you don't need to hire anyone today. Just ask everyone who's currently working for you, who are the top 3 people you've ever worked with and why, and then ask everyone you come in contact with. You'll be surprised at how well that works. Okay, if you haven't already, go make friends with any local vocational schools. Invest your time offering to speak to their classes or have them come out for a visit to your shop. Schools are another great source of contacts. A lot of folks think about hiring all wrong. They think they're doing the applicant the favor and they act like an old-style boss. They think they're the buyers and the applicants are sellers who have to do all the work to make them happy. When labor's tight, that's the wrong approach. You're no longer the buyer, now you're the seller, because every applicant has as many opportunities as they'd like to choose from. You've got to convince them to take your opportunity over all the others. Selling like this may not come easily, but you have to embrace it, and it'll give you a significant edge over your competitors when it comes time to hire. Make sure everyone the candidate meets is geared up to sell and is projecting enthusiasm. Yes, you still need to evaluate the applicant, of course, but you're not there to grill them or interrogate them. Get them to enjoy sharing their knowledge and abilities and evaluate them in that way. The higher up the interviewer is in the organization, the more positive they need to be. It's okay to drill down with a hard question or two, but the overall impression the candidate must take away is they'd enjoy working with you. Remember, it's a small world, and whether or not someone joins your outfit, they will talk to others about their experience interviewing with you. Create a hiring team. They'll be responsible for evaluating your candidates and persuading them to join your firm. Pick people who can sell and will create a good impression, who can also evaluate the candidate effectively. Pick people with a positive outlook, who are happy and love being with your firm. Get that hiring team together and coordinate. Sit them down, make sure everyone knows what kind of impression you want the candidate to take away. Give each hiring team member specific areas that they'll be responsible for evaluating in the candidate. Also, make sure each team member is responsible for selling some aspect of the experience effectively. Who, for example, will talk about why your firm will grow and prosper? That sounds like a good thing for the higher-ups to talk about. And who's going to talk about what it's like day-to-day working there? Maybe those who will be the peers and colleagues of this new applicant. When you're first starting to implement this approach to hiring, do some role-playing with folks. Also, don't be afraid to do portions of the interview as group meetings or roundtable discussions. It gives you a chance to monitor how your team interacts with applicants, give them tips, and to learn from each other how best to go. Last tip. Have everyone who's interviewing pass along their impressions to the whole team via email as soon as their session ends. Have them underline open questions and areas that need further exploration. Also, underline areas you think others should emphasize because the applicant likes to talk about that. Each new interviewer can read those bulletins and be more prepared when their turn comes. You know, you're going to have to create a competitive package. The salary and benefits have to be compelling, but it's not about buying the applicants off with the highest salaries and best benefits. You want a package that's good enough that it isn't a stalling point, but you want the applicant to choose your job because of the team, the company, and the specific role they see they will play. That's going to be a much healthier relationship than just getting the mercenary who goes for the highest dollar. I've been with firms that peg salaries at the 50th percentile, and it's tough to hire when labor is tight. But in my experience, you don't need to go any higher than the 70th percentile to hire good people, provided you get the rest of the interview experience right. So do your research, make sure your package is competitive. Experience and training. Here's a tough but critical insight. We all want to hire someone who is vastly overqualified for the job. The reality is you probably can't because labor is scarce. So, the next best thing is to find someone who is otherwise awesome and is ready to step up and grow into what you need them to do. That person will be way better than someone with a lot of problems, but who has done the job before, but in a very mediocre way. Hire for good chemistry. Look for great demonstrated potential to learn new things. Look for people who demonstrated they can step up and did so in prior jobs. Ask them for examples of that, where they had to learn something new in a hurry, and verify with the references that they did indeed pull that off. You want your firm to invest in training and growth as well for these new people. You'll find that the opportunity to grow is a sexy selling point all by itself. It's exciting to get to learn and do new things versus just the same old, same old. Let's talk environment. When someone comes into your business to explore the opportunity, what's it like? What impression are they going to come away with? You want the overall impression to be one of success and of the opportunity to succeed. Places that have that feel stand out in applicants' minds, and there's a lot of little things that work together to create that impression. Just having everyone prepared, aware of exactly what's going on, and never in doubt about what's next will really help. Make that applicant feel welcome. Show them the impression you want them to take away. Tidy up. Make a fresh pot of coffee because you've got guests coming in who you want to impress just as surely as any paying customer. Always realize hiring is the most important decision any manager makes. It's not something you should think of as an unwelcome distraction that's keeping you from your real work. The thing is, hiring has the highest potential to make your job easier and more fun, but at the same time, it also has the potential to cause you more pain than almost any other decision you can make if you hire the wrong person. So take your time. Hold out for the right candidate. Do your hiring well and do it right. Hiring is a competitive sport. If your business is better at it than others, you'll have a real competitive advantage that'll help you prosper. I'm Bob Warfield. Thanks for listening, and I'll be back soon with another CNC Chef video.